Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. Is your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief APGAINS. And just for context, every 6 months I set an alarm, or I set a reminder on calendar. Every 6 months I mod my account. I usually do it at the middle of the night. So today is the midnight modding stream. I'm here live with a couple of people. I think I've got like 80 people right now. And the topic came up, like, should I leave my guild? I love my guildmates. We're talking about basically the value propositions you have to make about a bunch of things. I talked about like how even though, you know, being super specific about mods would make your account better, I don't find it fun, and therefore I make that decision. Some people were saying, hey, I'm in like a really weak guild. I know leaving would make my account better, but I like my guildmates, so I won't leave. So that's the basic premise, is like there are some decisions you're going to have to make for yourself about specific things. But a lot of new players don't have context for like what a good guild looks like. A good guild varies on what level you're in. People are always saying you have to have this criteria or this criteria to get into a good guild. Guys, there's tens of thousands of guilds who are doing the Geonosis territory battles, both light and dark side, who literally need bodies. They literally just need human beings who have the Discord app and who get 600 tickets. So don't worry about meeting some special requirements. Obviously, there are going to be some competitive guilds where they're going to need you to have a certain amount of criteria. The analogy I gave a couple minutes ago on stream was like, you're looking for a job, but you're an unskilled worker. If you apply for a job at, you know, the CEO of a company, you're not going to get it because you're not qualified. But some companies, especially now, like, they literally just need bodies to do work. And that's kind of how guilds are. So some people came up like, I'm in a 21 million GP guild. I'm in a 50 million GP guild. A lot of players don't realize, if you are a day one player, like if you are 100,000 GP and you are not in a guild that's at least 100 million GP, you're wasting your time. If you're 250,000 GP, you can get, like, people talk about all the time, you can get into guilds that are 150, 180 million GP. You literally just have to go look. It is that simple. All you have to do is go look for a guild. Some people are obviously going to turn you down. If you have certain requirements, some guilds are more likely to accept you. But tried and true, hundreds, thousands of people always tell me on streams, yo, I'm X amount of GP and I got into X amount of GP guild. So what are guilds that you should be looking for? Guilds that are doing at least minimum. If your guild is not doing dark side Geonosis territory battles, no matter what point you are in the game, I'm talking like if you're 6,000 GP, guild's not worth it. Ideally, you want to be at least attempting light side Geonosis territory battles. Lots of guilds will go and attempt light side Geonosis territory battles and get 3 stars. The amount of get 2 you get for just being in the territory battle is infinitely better than maxing out Hoth TB. And there are tens of thousands of guilds who are going to do that. You have to find a guild that's doing both Geonosis territory battles, and you will. Are you going to go in there and ask 20 guilds, and 15 of them are going to say, no, we're a competitive guild and you don't meet our criteria? Sure, it depends on what kind of guilds you're asking. If you go into my Discord and you go to the guild recruitment section, and you find a guild in the description, we're a competitive guild, and you look at yourself and you don't meet the requirements that guild posted, don't bother applying. It's just, you're going to join a Discord server, they're going to look at your SWGOH.gg, and then you're going to realize that you're not cut out for it. But there are going to be thousands of guilds who are like, yeah, we're a casual guild. We do X amount of stars in dark side Geonosis territory battles. We do X amount of stars in light side Geonosis territory battles. We just want active players. They have Discord, 600 tickets. We can do raids, have some fun. We don't take the game that seriously. And that's going to be your bread and butter, especially if you're a really competitive player. Your bread and butter is going to be finding higher end non-competitive guilds, because a non-competitive guild at 200 million GP for like an 800,000 GP player, super competitive, is still going to be a massive benefit to like a 100 million GP guild for a 1 million GP player who's super competitive. Like, they want you, they need you, and you can go find them. You just have to know what to look for. You go into any Discord, every single Discord will have a guild recruitment section. Every single one. They're going to have some big posts. There's going to be slow mode on. Just scroll up. Just look at, we are an X amount of GP guild. Make sure it's probably 150 million or above. We're competitive or non-competitive. We're from this region. Find the region and the language that you speak. I'm assuming 95% of my viewers mostly speak English. So you're likely going to find an English-speaking guild. Ideally 250 million GP or above, and what you want to look for is not competitive. If they're competitive, they're going to have requirements. They're going to say, oh, you need watt-ready geos, or you got to have clones and shock T for cam shards. If you're 800,000 GP, are you going to have watt-ready geos? No. Do you want to become less efficient, less competitive, and farm up your watt-ready geos really quickly so you can get into a 150 million GP guild that's competitive? No, that's a complete waste of resources. Are you going to farm up your shock T clones to full Relic 7? No, because even if you do, you're not going to have the mod depth to beat the event. What you're going to do is you're going to find 150, 180, 200 million, 220, 240. It doesn't matter. Find a guild that's doing both light side, dark side, Geonosis territory battles. Make sure they're not competitive. They'll let you in. That's 90% of guilds are just casual guilds. The guild I'm in is 310 million GP. Way higher than I should be in. But they're casuals. Most of the people in the guild are just like old Canadian guys who play beer league hockey together. And I go into their streams and there's like, hey man, I gotta miss my. This is a literal exact story. This happened literally last night. This guy in my guild is like, I hop in, they're like streaming like territory war battles. He's like, hey, I'm gonna miss my hockey game. I gotta go to a wedding. Like they're just dudes. They're just dudes and girls playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. They're not gonna be on you like, I see you're 1 million GP and this is a 180 million GP guild. Worse, I mean, you don't have watt-ready geos, you don't have good mod depth, you don't have CPIT. Like, they're not gonna care. They're not going to care. At the end of the day, you got to do the legwork. It's just like finding a job. I don't know how many of you guys are young kids who've never had a job or old guy. Not old, but like I'm 21, so anyone older than me, I'm just going to call you an old grandpa, you old geezer. But those of you who do or don't have experience, like you just got to do the legwork. Even if you have like watt-ready geos or shock T, like you still have to do the legwork. Even if you are competitive, you fit the guild archetype, like you're 3 million GP, you have a Galactic Legend, you have watt-ready geos, you have shock T-ready clones, and you want to go into a 300 million GP guild that's competitive. It's going to be harder than getting into a 300 million GP guild that's non-competitive, but if you meet the criteria, some players are still, like some guilds, even if you meet the qualifications, are still not going to want to have you in. Like, you just got to do the legwork. At the end of the day, that's the biggest thing. I'm really pissed this guy has been spamming for the last like 6 minutes. I really wish I had a moderator in here. But as always, guys, I love you. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too long. 10,000 subscribers by Halloween, and I'll do a Slave Leia cosplay on a Halloween stream. Hopefully you guys want to see that. I'm probably going to have to hit the gym quite a bit to make sure that I'm ready for that. But as always, I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Say goodbye. Chat. Guys, say bye. Say bye. Shout out to Vitriol and DJ Scrim and Jellybean and Mark and Ender and Joshua and Carter. Yay. Hippo King. Willie Dog is cool. Yay. Bye bye bye.